Hey folks, welcome back. Today I want to talk with you about the luxury world, and I want to talk about that through some experience I had, especially with girls this year in Ibiza, Mykonos, traveling around here in Europe. That's quite interesting because through some chat that I had, some dates somehow, I had a chance to learn a little bit about how luxury impacts the life of these people, what they think they mean for them. And so I want to bring you about the impact of luxury through these stories. So let's start from Mykonos, okay? Mykonos was quite interesting because it's a very expensive island in Greece, for whoever who doesn't know. And basically you have a lot of places of discos, of places that are on the beach. And basically what happens there is that you have a cohort, a group of men who needs to spend as much as possible in order to get a good table, to get into places and to really have some relevance in that place. And then of course you have girls. These girls needs to somehow compete in order to be invited in a table, on a boat. And this really is gonna affect their vacation. Most of the time, they don't even think about paying themselves, They're saying, okay, we are, I don't know, 5 girls, let's pay for our table. No, it does not happen. So, first of all, I'm gonna explain you these places through the lens of a girl from the South America, okay? And for the lifestyle that I've learned through the lens of an American girl with Central America origins, right? And then through the lens of an Eastern girl, okay? Eastern European, Eastern, it doesn't really matter. So let's start from the girl, from the perspective of this girl from South America. Of course, this is not a generalization, it's just experience with this specific girl. So I was in a discotheque called Interni in Mykonos, and I had a chance to meet this girl from Brazil. Okay, I say the nationality at the end. So by the way, we met. We had a quick call. She was really, good looking, but you would not have said, okay, this is a good girl. Okay, she was like very with a boob job. Very provocative. We started to talk, had a chance to kiss each other, and then my friend would talk with her friend. Okay, so we had a chance to have this enlarged community. So we say, it was quite late. We say, let's go to our house. One of the girl accepted, and the other one said, no, I don't really want, that's not what my night is meant to be. I don't know, reacted quite strangely also. To be honest, the appearance would have kind of suggested something different. By the way, we say hello each other, and the day after, a friend of mine said, no, the appearance of the girl was too much, apparent. Let me check on an escort website. So he went there and he found one of the girl my friend was talking with, on an escort website. And now the point is, because then I have this girl on Instagram, and the strange thing is really the lifestyle that these people have, because mainly they are, I don't know, traveling all the time, spending a lot of money, and it's not clear what their job is. One we found on this escort website, the other one, it's not really clear. She claimed to have a kind of a travel agency in Luxembourg, but very strange because she's traveling, if you look at her Instagram, all the time. And then they have these expensive you know, luxurious, I don't know, Yves Saint Laurent, Gucci, Prada, this kind of stuff they wear. So apparently they are very rich, but in theory they are not. I don't know. I mean, why would you do an escort job if at least one of the two, if you are super rich? I don't really understand. Also, it looks to me like they are probably kind of getting money from this job, from time to time, getting people who can pay for them and enjoy this luxurious life. So the interesting thing here is that you really see how this, of course, how Instagram like amplify the notion of luxury in order to get popular. I mean, something you want to share, right? And it's really important because we also see that people are trying to kind of, you know, raise themselves. For example, men, they need to spend more and more. So you might have an expensive watch, but you need the most expensive one in order to get to the next level. So this is kind of interesting. So especially in other cultures, I see really a lot this thing of luxurious brand of showing off really still alive. Now let's talk about the girl from the America. This was a different one because this girl was basically, I don't know, traveling. I met her on a flight to Mykonos, and she looks more, you know, less interested in this kind of stuff. She was traveling like for 2 months. I say that probably she would have been in the area I live in, at least in summer in Italy. And she said, okay, I'll tell you in case I come. At the end of the day, she would come, okay, here. And we would spend some days together. Okay? Now, the interesting thing is that this girl is not really an influencer. I mean, I don't know, because she arrived like with 2 bags without really a place to go. It was like very gypsy style. And again, it was not really clear what the source of income of this person is, but for sure it cannot be social media, and I don't think cannot be also anything like an escort job. For example, in this case, she would visit a place where there are, you know, where a saint was born. She was interested in the church, but on the other side, she would like run a very small Instagram profile about having a, you know, living like a superstar, and was kind of inconsistent, right? The strange thing is that even this person that was a wannabe influencer, even though I think she was like almost 30 or over 30 years old, so kind of late, she would emphasize some instances where at the table they would order Dom Perignon and really spend money. So there was this inconsistency. On one end, you probably claim you want to have a, you know, a very meaningful life with religion and so forth. On the other side, you want to show off your luxurious experiences in Mykonos, Cannes, I don't know, Ibiza, everything, all the places where money flows. And again, symbol of that was a Dom Perignon. So this person would not really spend a lot of money in luxury. She had no relevant luxury bags or apparels, but still was kind of highlighting the value of this. So, I don't know. Again, what does it tell us about the luxury style? That not all the people are really, aligned about the message they want to give and the luxury tool that you have. Then we have this Russian girl. This Russian girl was talking with one of my friends. She happened to be quite rich. So she was raised in Switzerland, private school, so she spent a lot of money. She she speaks several languages. And the interesting thing about this girl is that even though she was, according to her words, wearing 100k euro in jewels, clothes, and so forth, she really needed, people to pay for her dinner. I mean, it was like a cultural kind of thing that not all people have, for example, in Europe. But this is kind of interesting as well. So, in this case, this tells us that there are these very high net rich people that really require males. So there is all this portion of the world that actually is not like here in Italy. Of course, this also happens in Italy, but not at that scale, where they really want to, show off the most. And men are called to make a constant race to spend more. And also, the luxurious brand needs always to raise the bar, because probably we say, okay, we can set this thing on a certain price point, but then they need to spend more because they need to show off more. So it's kind of incredible. So the conclusion was this. The conclusion is that we have on one side, some people that are not really rich. They need to show off, for a status, they want to live this life. And so the first two girls, for example, Brazil and America, were doing this, right? So trying to enhance their social exposure with this kind of stuff. On the other side, we have people that probably are already rich, but they need to increase to stand out. And so in order to do this, they really need to have even higher end product, even higher end solutions to show. So they really require, okay, 1 million for a watch is not enough. It's not enough. We need more. Please give me a 20 million watch so that I can stand out for the ultra rich from the high rich. They want to be in the same segment. And so I think this is a perfect match to increase the value of luxury brands, because I think they really can win on several segments. And the trend, as we know, is that of course there are more and more rich. Of course, this means there are more and more poor as well. And these rich need to spend more. They really need to demonstrate they are richer than somebody else. So watch out the luxury brand. This is my advice to you.